The movie characters played by Cillian Murphy are impossible to take your eyes off. The Irishman with the bottomless blue eyes is interested in images that cause a storm of feelings. He most often plays non-positive or troubled people, but he is always a whole person and multifaceted at the same time. And this does not mean that the directors who choose a performer for the role of the next marginal, easy-to-persuade Cillian, the celebrity is not chasing fashionable blockbusters. Childhood and youth. Cillian was born on May 25, 1976 in County Cork, Ireland. At first the family, which, except for him, grew up with three younger children, brother actor Paddy and sisters Sale and Orla, lived in Douglas, but then moved to the suburb of Ballintemple. The adults worked in education, their father as a department inspector and their mother as a French teacher. Cillian's grandfather and great-uncles and aunts also taught. In addition, the Murphys had a musical education, so Cillian, who played the guitar perfectly, dreamed of becoming a rock star from a young age. His passion for music almost led the teenager to sign a serious contract with a famous music label. At the last moment, the deal was cancelled. Perhaps it was the hand of fate, because very soon Murphy realized what he really wants to tie his future life with. At the age of 16, the young man happened to attend a master class in dramatic art. As Cillian later admitted, it was like he felt an epiphany. However, after graduating from high school, the boy, at the insistence of his parents, entered the Faculty of Law at the University in Cork, but he never received a higher education. The young man felt no desire to be a lawyer. The study of legal disciplines seemed boring and uninteresting. But Murphy gladly attended the studio theatre at the university and participated in the productions, each time demonstrating the growing skills of acting. One day the young actor, who has an average height, but expressive appearance, noticed the directors of the play Disco Pigs and invited him to the lead role. From that moment the creative biography of Cillian began. Theatre. The successful debut in the acclaimed play Disco Pigs, which was shown at the Dublin Festival, so inspired the 20-year-old Murphy that the young man finally decided to focus on an acting career. As a young man, Cillian regularly appeared on the theatrical stage, but now in Dublin and during the breaks had time to act in films. Later cinema gradually began to dominate the celebrity's career. In 2003, the Irishman once again appeared on the stage, which in his youth was perceived as a hobby. The actor played Konstantin from Chekhov's The Seagull. The play was directed by Peter Stein. The director initiated the fact that the actors involved in the play went to Russia, where for a better entry into the characters visited the estate of Anton Pavlovich Chekhov in Malykov. The production was a great success and in 2003 was shown at the prestigious festival in Edinburgh. Later Murphy occasionally delighted fans with new theatrical roles. Movies. Cillian's screen debut was the film Sunburn, released in 1999. The role of a pro-lifer who ran away from a pregnant girlfriend in America was a real breakthrough for Murphy. Since then, the actor appeared more and more often on the set. And in 2001, Cillian first tried his hand as a screenwriter, wrote the script for the comedy Spectators and played a major role there. The film was presented at the Edinburgh Festival and received a lot of warm reviews. In the same year, director Kristen Sheridan offered Murphy's participation in the adaptation of the already familiar play Disco Pigs. The actor not only agreed, but also wrote the soundtrack to this picture. Black comedy called Intermission has broken all previous box office records in Ireland. In the center of the plot, the hero Colin Farrell, a professional robber, planning a raid on the bank. Cillian is given the role of an accomplice. The project is directed by John Crowley, the same one who directed the Oscar-nominated drama Brooklyn with Saoirse Ronan and Domhnall Gleeson. With Domhnall's father, Emmy winner and Golden Globe nominee Brendan Gleeson, the actor worked on the post-apocalyptic thriller 28 Days Later. Came out on the big screen picture Danny Boyle at the box office over $80 million, and also became a stepping stone for the professional growth of the artist. After that, Cillian was invited to Hollywood. Soon Murphy was seen in a miniseries called The Way We Live Now. It was a career boost, as the film was shown on the BBC. To play the role of a romantic aristocrat Irishman, Murphy had to work hard on his English accent. The series was a huge success, and the actor learned far beyond the borders of his native Ireland. In the famous take Cold Mountain, Cillian appeared sporadically. The main role belonged to Nicole Kidman, Jude Law and Renee Zellweger. Fans of The Irishman in social networks later expressed regret that their favorite has so little screen time in the film, nominated for the Oscar in 7 nominations and the BAFTA in 13. Soon a momentous event occurred in the artist's creative biography, an introduction to Christopher Nolan. Murphy arrived at the audition for the new superhero action film with elements of neo-noir Batman Begins. Irishman tried for the role of the main character, but the texture of the artist, his appearance did not fit the requirements. But Nolan was so impressed with Cillian that he certainly wanted to shoot that picture, for the actor wrote the role of Dr. Jonathan Crane and his sinister alter ego Scarecrow. In order not to perpetuate the audience's perception of him as an actor playing anti-hero, Murphy decided to star in the dramatic film Breakfast on Pluto, in which fans saw him as transvestite Patrick Braddon, with the label of an anti-hero was over. What's more, the role brought him a new dose of fame. Murphy was nominated for a Golden Globe and was awarded the Irish Television Academy Award. Critics regard it as the best work of Cillian's acting career, however, as well as his game in the film The Wind That Shakes the Barley. This is a historical drama about the struggle of the Irish for independence. It is noteworthy that the shooting of the tape took place in his native county of Cork for Cillian Murphy. Rich in star roles turned out to be for the actor in 2007. It was the year of the sci-fi thriller Sunshine, where Murphy appeared in the form of a scientist who saves the planet from freezing. In preparation for this work, an actor for a long time consulted with scientists and physicists from the Geneva laboratory. Members of the team of a spaceship trying to resuscitate the sun by nuclear explosion played Mark Strong, Chris Evans and others. After the film's release, the actor admitted in an interview that he had become an atheist, even though he had been raised in the Catholic faith since childhood. In the same year, the melodrama The Edge of Love, based on real events, was released. The film was about a difficult relationship of the famous Welsh poet Dylan Thomas and his wife with another married couple. It starred Sienna Miller, Matthew Rhys and Keira Knightley alongside Cillian. The latter's mother, Sherman MacDonald, wrote the script for the project. The picture was a great success with viewers and critics. Continued cooperation with the actor and Nolan. In 2008, Christopher again invited Murphy in a tape about the adventures of Batman, The Dark Knight, and 4 years later The Irishman starred in the continuation of the franchise, the series The Dark Knight Rises. 2 years later, the filmography of the artist added another Nolan's project, the thriller Inception, with Leonardo DiCaprio in the title role. Despite the fact that the plot picture reminded the traditional movies about robbery, for the tape came up with a layered storyline associated with the theme of immersing the characters in a dream. Murphy reincarnated himself as the head of a powerful financial corporation, Robert Fisher, who becomes the target of Cobb's industrial spy. The actor's performance, as well as the entire project as a whole, was praised by film critics. In the sci-fi action film In Time, Cillian portrayed a negative character, Time Guardian Raymond Leon, who serves the government of a civilization where the only currency is time. Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried also starred in the film. The drama Broken, according to Murphy, who played the teacher, is primarily a story about the problem of fathers and children, about how there is no perfect family and how one does not, in fact, grow up. In July 2017, the war drama Dunkirk with Tom Hardy in the title role premiered, where Cillian got a cameo as a soldier. The film is about the military operation of the same name for the evacuation of soldiers caught in the blockade, conducted by the anti-Hitler coalition at the beginning of World War II. In the thriller by Luc Besson, Anna, an actor, took one of the main roles, an employee of the Secret Service. The central character of Spy Tape, a fragile girl who turns out to be a contract killer, acting alone and masterfully deals with 10 men armed to the teeth. In the project, along with Hollywood stars, have appeared and Russian actors, in particular Alexander Petrov. The film was criticized, among other things, for numerous factual and chronological errors in the portrayal of Russian reality in the 1990 seconds. In 2021, the second part of the post-apocalyptic picture A Quiet Place Part Roman II was released, where the public saw the beloved characters performed by Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, who served as the writer and director of the tape. Cillian embodied on the screen a new character, together with the main characters trying to survive in extreme conditions. Peaky Blinders. In 2013, director Stephen Knight introduced the series Peaky Blinders, which caused a real sensation. The project was based on real events, the story of the Shelby family, a criminal gang operating in Birmingham at the turn of the Roman 19 and 20 centuries. The director himself wrote the script for the drama, including the facts told by his father as a child on behalf of his parent brought messages to the heads of the Birmingham gang. Cillian in the project got the main role. The Irishman embodied on the screen the image of the ringleader Thomas Shelby. Especially for the role, Murphy communicated with the gypsies of Birmingham, because the plot of his character has gypsy roots. The character had little point of contact with the actor. The cruelty and motivation for the actions of Shelby was alien to the performer. In addition, the hero constantly appeared in the frame, smoking. On the contrary, Cillian himself, known for his commitment to a healthy lifestyle, was against smoking. Cigarettes were specially made for the artist, in which herbal gatherings were used instead of tobacco. But this substitution also proved difficult for the celebrity. Murphy was annoyed by the smoky haze that accompanied him on the set of each series. At the request of the Irishman, it was estimated that on average he smokes about 3,000 duplicates per season. Annoyed Cillian and his character's hairstyle, made in the fashion of the 1920 seconds. It gained enormous popularity among fans of the series, but the artist himself has repeatedly admitted in interviews that he does not understand why viewers like it so much, to the point that many cut their hair the same way. Overall, the image of a gang leader played by an Irishman turned out to be convincing and remained the focus of viewers' attention during all 6 seasons. At the 2018 BAFTA TV Awards, the National Film Academy awarded Peaky Blinders in the Best Drama Series category. Personal life. Now the personal life of Cillian Murphy is a wife and 2 children. With his wife Yvonne McGuinness, the artist met for 8 years. In 2004, they got married. Yvonne is a creative person, engaged in video art. Malachi's first son was born in 2005, and Carrick a year later. In 2015, the family changed their home by London's Royal Park to a penthouse in Dublin. This city has few residents compared to the British capital, and it's better for the head to have fewer people around. Despite the fact that the artist rarely appears with his wife on red carpets, photos of the couple are periodically posted on the internet. Lifestyle. In his spare time, the actor likes to run with his dog along the seashore, play the Hawaiian guitar and sing. Cillian leads a closed lifestyle, trying, by his own admission, to avoid the fate of Brad Pitt, whose every move is known to the public. One of the main hobbies of the celebrity remained music. The Irishman stopped playing in a rock band, but continued to write songs and attend concerts. In addition, Murphy held a series of programs on the BBC Radio 6 music station, in which he shared his opinions about music and discussed the work of his favorite bands. Cillian has no personal accounts on Instagram or other social networks. In forums devoted to the actor's work, fans argue about whether the idol has had plastic surgery or not. The actor himself does not comment on such rumors, but cinephiles, after studying photos of Murphy, noticed that his nose became narrower over time and his lips more plump. Cillian Murphy now. In 2022, the actor did not stop working in movies. To the delight of fans, it became known that the cooperation between Murphy and Nolan continued. The actor appeared in a new project of the director Oppenheimer, dedicated to the creator of the atomic bomb, nuclear physicist Julius Robert Oppenheimer. Together with Cillian on the set were involved other Hollywood stars, Emily Blunt, with whom the actor previously appeared in A Quiet Place Part Roman II, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr.